Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this amendment stemmed from my very first bill that I filed in the House was HB 289, the 9/11 Heroes Day bill. So before I present it, I want to thank all the original co-sponsors of that initial legislation and also recognize my prime co-sponsor, Representative Tremont. This bill did make it through some committees, and I specifically need to recognize and thank Representative Rizzo for allowing this amendment on your education bill. Members, this amendment recognizes the heroes that arose during and after the horrific terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11th, 2001. On that day, 344 firefighters, 72 police officers, 189 people at the Pentagon, 44 people on United Airlines Flight 93, and thousands more in the Twin Towers lost their lives. Additionally, over 25,000 individuals became sick or died in the years following September 11th, 2001. This amendment ensures Floridian students understand these events and how our nation responded. It standardizes and requires a 9/11 curriculum for students in middle school and high school that is to be delivered on September 11th each year. The curriculum is to be designed to remember the sacrifices of military personnel, government employees, civilians, and first responders who were killed, wounded, or suffered sickness due to the attacks, including but not limited to the following: the historical context of global terrorism, a timeline of events that occurred that day, the selfless heroism of first responders and civilians involved in the rescue and recovery efforts, the heroic actions taken by the passengers of United Flight 93, the unprecedented outpouring of humanitarian, charitable, and volunteer aid, the global response to terrorism, and the importance of respecting our civil liberties while ensuring the safety and security of our nation. This education will begin in the 2023-2024 school year. Mr. Speaker, that is the amendment.
Members, are there questions of the sponsor? Are there amendments to the amendment?
None on the desk, Mr.
Are there
Speaker.
substitute amendments?
None on the desk, Mr.
Is there debate? Representative Tremont, you're recognized. From Representative Anderson's desk.
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I taught American history for the better part of a decade, and one of the things I always reminded my students is that every generation going back to the Lincoln assassination has had a moment of history where everybody remembers where they were when they found out. When Lincoln was assassinated, you remembered where you were. The sinking of the Lusitania, they remembered where they were. Fast forward to Pearl Harbor, people remember where they were when they found out. Fast forward to the Kennedy assassination, remember where you were. Our event was 9/11. We all remember exactly where we were, what we were doing when we found out. And we have a motto that we've had ever since that has taken place. We say, never forget. This amendment goes to show that we are going to live up to that motto, and our students today and our families will never forget that momentous day. Thank you for this amendment.